Howdy, y'all. It's the Cosmic Tinkerer. Today we're going to be crafting a leg protector-ignator. Currently I'm showing off the prototype I had made earlier in the week. Sorry I don't have any film of it. Yes, I did try and sew through the duct tape. That is currently what I'm trying to show you here. Turns out the duct tape starts to mess with the string and cause it not to sew properly, so I had to roll up the prototype in. I'm gonna let I unroll it, and I'm gonna let normal Cosmic kind of explain how the rest of it should work.
Uh, I'm most likely gonna do a voiceover for this one because I'm being a nerd and just watching anime and trying to sew. But for this one, I'm just gonna like take it and just fold it in half. By the way, yeah, this is an old work T-shirt. I'll make sure not to have the branding in. Like fold it in half that way, or starting like that. And what I want to do is like kind of make pockets, sort of. Hopefully, can't see, but like individually sew in pockets for them. I think that'd be a much better idea, but I'm gonna have to flip it over so I can line up the sides. I'm gonna try and square it up, honestly, as best as I can. I don't have like that nice board that like, oh, I can square up my fabric. So yeah, that's part of my issue is this isn't a good square. Stand up to do this. Yeah, and just watch my anime.
And voiceover Cosmic is back. Uh, yeah, currently just I take way too long to try and actually fold it and try and square it. I don't use the proper tools. You'll see. All of this is a learning experience for me. We're gonna try and enjoy it for what it is. Yep, still folding. Might even cut some of this part out, speed it up a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. Yep, just trying to.
Need an iron. I also don't have that. That would have helped a lot. Thinking about it, honestly. Actually, what am I doing? I can get this. Hold up.
So I go find this square piece of like, I think it's metal. It's supposed to be all the counties of Texas etched in copper on the other side. I'll show that at a different point. Maybe not in this video, but uh, that's gonna get cut. Anyways, using a utility knife to try and cut the fabric, I decide I'm gonna sew the shoulder pads there, and I'm just gonna cut the sides. So I believe this is the front of the t-shirt. I cut the t-shirt in half, removed some stitching here and there, and obviously I'm a professional. It's a professional setup here. Very professional here. Oh, I got distracted by anime. Yep, happens. Happens to the best of us, honestly. Yep, a lot of cutting. Uh, I'm using these yellow sewing clips to like kind of hold the fabric in place. Uh, I'm gonna do one continuous sew around the edge there. I'll try and have a pointer up there to show you where I'm pointing. Get the sewing machine out. Gotta run the thread. Do, 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 do. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. And yep, start sewing. Playing with settings. For those of you who haven't sewn before, um, I'm not the best at it. I've sewn one other thing before I tried attempting this project. Watched a few videos. It's currently I'm using a Brother LX 3817A. Uh, don't know the retail price on this, but it should be a relatively economic friendly sewing machine and super easy to use once you get the hang of it. Thankfully, with the prototype, y'all didn't see me mess up as much as I did. I had to currently rethread it. Um, Again, if you have never touched a sewing machine before, that's getting cut out. Holy cow. That might stay in. I don't know. It might be funny. Sorry, I'm trying to feed the sewing thread through the needle. They do make a tool for that. I do not have it at this point in time. I'm working on upgrading a few things, but this is the first video. It's not necessarily going to be the best. It's working with what I got. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Cool, cool. Uh, I'll, anyways, so I continue sewing the shoulder and like neck area of the shirt. All around, it was a good, fun little experiment, and you'll see later on in the video I've had to make some modifications to it, but we'll get there in due time and due process. Um, yeah, if I wasn't just watching anime the whole time, I'm currently using my phone to record. I have a camera, I'm just not too adept with it yet. Um, but once I am, then quality might go up and whatnot. Baby steps, baby steps. Looks like sewing thread got stuck again. Think I was trying to say something to uh y'all, but I didn't write it down. So probably not that important anyways. I like to ramble. Yeah, this entire voiceover thing is entirely new to me. Editing is new, so it's all new. I would like to get like a much better microphone, so that way when I do more voiceovers like this, I'm not I don't sound as bad as I do. Currently, I'm using a lighter to burn off the excess string. If you didn't know, you can use a lighter and it'll like melt it so it won't like fringe and whatnot. Super helpful. Do it with all the sewing I do. That way I'm not having to like tie a bunch of knots and, you know, just, burn it off and it's good to go. That was the thinking cloud. That's what that was. Yeah. Yeah, it's past the 9 minute mark. I don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Okay, say that. Yeah. Future Ian, when you're listening to this over, one, I'm sorry. But two, yeah, hopefully the voiceover isn't too bad. So currently what I'm doing is doing pockets. Um, yeah, sewing pockets, and I'm using sheets of metal mm, to slide into each pocket. So just making them a little, yeah, pockets. Fucking pockets. Um, contemplating whether I should continue, do more. I'd end up, I think I put a total of 10 metal plates. I use the yellow clips to hold them in place, and that way I'm not having to fight metal while I'm trying to sew. Because, metal versus a sewing needle, not necessarily the best. But altogether, took me maybe like an hour to do this. The prototype took me way too long. I wanted to drill holes and do all this, and it didn't end up working out. So, yeah, we decided to simplify it. Use the KISS symbol, keep it simple, stupid. You know, words to live by, really. I'm gonna laugh if, like, the audio is just utter trash. It's going to be, but that's okay. Do, 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 do. Probably gonna put some music in to hopefully distract from the horrible voice, but not like overpower the horrible voice. We'll see. Believe I'm at the 6th or 7th platelet. That's what I'm gonna call them now. Platelets, metal platelets. Currently, I work in a. I think I said it earlier, but just in case, I work in a manufacturing facility, and I deal with sheet metal all day, and I use my legs to like brace the sheet metal. So I've been like cutting my pants at work, and I'm trying to prevent me from having to patch pants and, buy more pants. I'll probably might do like a tutorial episode on how to like sew and, you know, patch up all my clothes that have holes because, I like to be holy sometimes. Sometimes that's okay. Just be a little holy. It's okay. I'm thinking, or I got distracted watching anime. There's really no in between. I think I was thinking. I don't know. I forget which anime I was watching at this point in time, but it was a good one. I remember that. I remember just being like hyped for it. That's why like I got distracted a few times while making this. I love how y'all are only gonna see like a 18-minute video. Maybe I'm probably gonna cut that down some more, and the whole video itself took like an hour and a half to record. So I sped up and cut a lot. We're approaching the time where normal cosmic is gonna do some more talking. Almost. I just want to do a final sew on top. What I found was at the bottom there, um, after a while, they would start to like wear down and like poke little holes. So you'll see when I show the fully updated and like used version, um, what all I did with that in order to fix that. I was debating what to do with that extra fabric, because I didn't have enough. I didn't want to put all of those platelets in, um, out of pure laziness and just like I really didn't need an entire mini skirt to protect my legs. I just needed to protect a leg. Eventually, I would like to revisit this project and like make it out of leather and make it a lot better. Again, we'll get there in time. Life is a process. Mm, should be about finished. Let normal cosmic take over.
Pardon that. But essentially, that's what it'd be. Metal protecting my legs from getting scraped. And that little extra fabric will just tuck into my belt. I'm gonna go put So here it is finished. In order to get it to stay, I have it tucked in under my belt. It's pretty secure. It guards where I need, so like these are previous work pants and you see where I've been ripping. So it guards where I need it. It's cool. That part's not going in the video. But yeah. I'll give a little review on Monday after I use it, and then probably post a video. I'm gonna spend the next couple minutes cleaning up and learning how to edit.
So it's been about 2 weeks since I initially made the leg protector-ignator. I had to do some patchwork with duct tape. The fabric just wasn't strong enough. Um, Back is still fresh, but yeah, I'm gonna put it on real fast. I also, at work, I cut little belt holes so my belt feeds through it. Yeah. So these are my work pants, 5'11", uh, khaki pants. Here's pretty much what I do every morning. Feed this through. Goes first one. It's a lot like a military molly. The molly loops. I'll find a picture and put it in here. Feed through all this too. What I discovered today is it actually works better. Have it that way covers more of my waist. But it sits about there, and I get the sheet metal and I like rest it, move it, and all that jazz. But yeah. Thank you for watching, those of you who did, and leave a constructive comment on something I can improve upon. Right on. Y'all have a righteous day.